Oh, so this is for MLG?
It is, yes, for MLG Rally.
Okay. I thought GSL. Okay, sorry.
Sorry, I do move a bit fast, I do apologise. Okay. Next piece of news. NASL Season 2 has been delayed slightly due to some not so good news that the Korean teams, OGS, StarTale, We Made Fox, TSL and Prime won't be participating. Apparently, due to issues regarding travel, and basically the NASL made the Koreans some nice offers, but were declined. Hence, there are now 13 spots available in the NASL, so it seems. So that's not exactly news we want to hear, is it really? Let's be honest.
Yeah, that's pretty sad news for players who like to see the Koreans, but I guess that's kind of good news for like the foreigners, because now they actually have a chance to make some money.
Hey, let's get Pain User back in this. Come on.
Yeah.
Step back from all the commentating, get back into playing. It was always fun to watch.
Pretty sure some of the foreign pros are pretty happy for that.
Indeed, yeah. That's. I wasn't going to say it, but you said it for me. Thank you.
Yeah. I'd love to get Katz's take right now.
Yeah, he's probably one of the really happy ones.
Yeah.
What race do you play, Techno Boy? Just out of curiosity.
I'm a Protoss player.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm having a tough time right now, but.
Oh. What's next? Keeping on the Korean theme, if you are observant or work in a mill, like I do, you'll know the rumour at the minute is Yellow may be coming to StarCraft 2. Now, this rumour's been around for a while. Now, that's not changed, but apparently he's got Slayer's Jessica as his agent. And some people are saying that he could be coming to Slayers. Now, it's all a little bit that stuff up in the air, but it's exciting news, so I thought I'd slot it in there.
I was pretty sure just a couple days ago, Boxer said something along the lines of he wanted Yellow to kind of start his own team for SC2, just to kind of split them up. But I don't know. Either way, it's exciting because who doesn't like watching Yellow play?
Yeah, it's always good news for the scene.
Mm-hmm.
More teams and hope to grow.
Yep. Oh, yes. Esports news, Liquid have a new member taking over Chef as the new boy. Yes, you guessed it, it's a Korean. Now Liquid Hero has joined from OGS, and his first competitive competition outside Korea will be MLG Rally. So it's all going down at MLG Rally, basically.
So how many confirmed Koreans is that now for Rally?
Doesn't that make it like 7 in the pools? I think it's around 7 for the pools.
Wow. And then bracket has 5, did you say?
I believe so, yeah. It's basically an amount that's growing by the day. It's
yeah, because Anaheim was 9, and then Ohio was 4. So
yeah.
Indeed.
It's gonna be tough.
Yeah. Okay, so Gamescom is coming up, and it's not just Dota 2 us lucky lot get to see a preview of. We also get to see League of Legends Dominion, having over 15 million subscribers. Hopefully Dominion will give the masses a good quenching, since League of Legends has a lot of people on its boots.
I almost feel bad for never having played League of Legends. With the following that it's getting and the fact that it's going to be an MLG featured now, yeah. I grew up on Dota as far as games go in that genre. I was playing that one on the Warcraft 3 engine, and it was a lot of fun. But
don't drop your StarCraft 2 though.
No.
Yes, actually, as you mentioned there, League of Legends has been added to the MLG family, and will be debuted at Rally this month with a prize pool of $20,000. Yummy.
Yeah.
Yummy indeed. Right, where was I? Oh yes, tech. Tech news. Now, I'm going to try and pull a picture of this up on the screen because it's a little bit difficult to explain. Basically, if for some reason, if you have an iPad, I'm not going to say if for some reason you have an iPad, but if you have an iPad and you're typing or watching films, and for some reason you want to turn it into an iMac, This apparently gives you a way to do that if you all go to that link. I am going to try and pull it up here, but I've lost it. Yeah, okay. Give me 2 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. There we go. It's basically, you can have your iPad that way, turn it around, flip it around. I honestly wouldn't have a use for this at the moment, but if you have a tablet, it doesn't have to be an iPad, I guess. Why not? But it's just so weird, I just thought I'd mention it. Anyway, if you also have some bizarre hankering for a pocket server, Panasonic have apparently got you covered. However, it will basically stream to your iPhone or something else, whatever it is you happen to have, films, music and pictures, and all that for $191. And I can't see the point, to be honest with you, but again, I like to cover useless tech news, and I actually haven't covered anything very useful this week, so let's crack on, shall we? Topic number 1, finding a good shooter. Now, this topic has come about mainly because Counter-Strike Global Offensive rumours are running around, and apparently it's going to be 2012, so they say. Now, I tried my first hand at Team Fortress 2 the other week, and, well, no comment on that bit, but...
it's a little fast, isn't it?
Just a little bit. I was trying to heal, and I was basically spinning in a circle, and I noticed it took me about 2 minutes to realise they'd already run off, so...
Oh, that's good, that's good.
Well,
you gotta stick with your heavy. Yeah. You gotta stick with your heavy if you're a medic on that game, that's about all I know.
Yeah.
Apparently, and it's also come around because I found a thread on Team Liquid of a guy who was asking, can anyone recommend any good shooters? I'll even try ones that aren't even out yet. It's like, okay. We're not taking this guy without his grain of salt, but it's got me thinking, what is the appeal of shooters? Which one is best? Are there any tips of what tactics to use? Also, which one is nicer for you people? So who wants to come in first?
I can go ahead and start.
Go ahead.
Because I've played a few, but usually if I play a game, I tend to go for games that are really competitive and are already on tournament list or some kind of circuit. Kind of like MLG has Call of Duty, and then Quake has some tournaments if you want to do PC. Counter-Strike, honestly, I don't know how they're still doing. I know they used to be almost in every tournament, but they're a little behind now. Gears of War is a little different. It's not a first-person shooter, it's a third-person. I don't know if you know what style that is, but that's what I really like about Gears of War, that you can actually see it a lot more than just out of the shooter's eyes. So, I guess it just depends on the type of game the person wants to play.
Yeah. That's also a good point. Do you want console or do you want PC? And there is, I assumably, better ones for both, for either or. So.
And if you're just looking for fun or you're looking to get competitive, there's a lot that takes place into that stuff.
I must admit, you are probably the first Gears of War pro that I've met, to be honest with you. So that's interesting.
Yeah, it just sucks that it lasted for about a year, and then tournaments just stopped dropping it. That's what I don't like too much about console. It's only big in the U.S., and then they don't last too long, because there's always so many console games coming out that tournaments are always just changing games.
Indeed. What do you think, Doug?
I have been playing shooters for a very long time. Longer than I'd care to admit, because I'm old. I started with Doom in like 1995. I think it was like 2 years after it came out. And by the way, my cat won't leave me alone. That's what's going on in the video here. Yeah. So I started in about 1995 with Doom on my family's first PC. I remember you had the floppy disk. That's how it was marketed. I had a little 3.5-inch floppy. So, you know, we've come a long way as far as delivery systems go. There was Castle Wolfenstein afterwards. I mean, these were just like the most amazing, like, first-person storylines and shooters, and it was like
classics. God, classics! My
yeah.
God.
No, it was crazy, and who doesn't like killing Nazis? So that was fun. And Wolfenstein, but then it moved on. When it got really, really fun for me was my N64 playing GoldenEye with my buddies. I remember we would have, like, you know, 4 people playing at once, and it was just, like, the coolest crap ever. We would split screen, like, my friend's 19-inch TV, so we would all be, like, you know, a foot away and squinting and whatever. And nobody could kill Oddjob because he was so short. But that game was a blast. And then, you know, shortly afterwards, Microsoft released the Xbox, and Halo was the marquee game for that, and that just took off because we could go from like 4 people playing on an N64 to where you can link up 4 different Xboxes of 4 and have 16 people playing some huge CTF game on Sidewinder. That's the thing with first-person shooters for me. I think they're so social and entertaining. It's a great way for people to get together. I mean, StarCraft is awesome. StarCraft, I think, has the highest skill cap, I mean, of any RTS I've ever played, aside from Brood War. I mean, StarCraft 2. But, shooters can be picked up and played by almost anybody, and it's just really fun. The games are a little bit shorter. I don't know, and then there's a team element. Like, take Team Fortress 2, you mentioned that one. Everybody on the team has a certain role, and the teams that utilize those roles are the ones that are more successful. So, I think shooters, for the most part, are fun.
And that's interesting you mentioned that, the social aspect of it.
Yeah.
Because that's an aspect I never thought of, but what about you, Technoboy? Did you enjoy that social aspect
shooter games
of it?
They're definitely fun, but it can be frustrating at times, too, if you're trying to be at the competitive level, just because you always got to rely on your team, and then everybody's always got things going on, so practice is kind of hard, and just making sure everyone's on at the same time. But yeah, it can be really fun and it can be really frustrating. That's the good thing about like StarCraft. You pretty much rely on yourself. You still have teams, but in order to practice, you can just practice alone because everything's 1v1.
Oh yeah, StarCraft is like the golf of the video game world. I mean,
yeah.
When I lose, I don't get mad at my opponent. I just get pissed off at myself and go stare at the replay and figure out how I messed up. So it's a lot more introspective of a game. But shooters, it is team reliant, and that can be frustrating, especially if you're playing with people that you're not used to playing with or something like that. Random teams.
I mean, you've both got clearly experience in it. How do you deal with the overly aggressive people in the genre?
Oh, trolls?
That's one word for them, yeah.
Yeah. Assholes, that would probably be another one.
Yeah.
But I just
ignore it.
Yeah, I mean that's the best way to do it, just ignore them.
Yeah.
Everybody knows. Yeah, everybody knows the rules of the internet. If you feed the troll, they'll continue to exist. So. Indeed.
Okay, so why should people have a little more love or respect for FPSs and shooters? Is there a reason? Other than the ones we've mentioned?
What do you mean by more respect? Like more respect?
I personally don't love shooters, but there's a few people that don't and don't look at them as, say, proper games, perhaps, and I was wondering if, as guys who have played shooters and FPSs, whether you think that that's incorrect, you know. But, I mean, like you said, Doug, you can just pick up and play a shooter, but like Technoboy says, you've got to work as a team, you know, and the teamwork is so important that I think that's perhaps something that even I fail to remember sometimes, that there is actually some skill involved in playing these kind of games to get good at it, to the point where you're a pro.
Well, that's part of the challenge of the shooter, like you said, going with a team. you know, you can control